going to jump onto the moment you've all been waiting for, the 17 seconds of glory. Okay. It was only 17 seconds long, but just like the McGregor-Aldo fight, so much happened in that 17 seconds that I'm going to try and explain to you as much as I can tell you. As the fight starts, what I would say is that fence panel is Chimaev's, and that fence panel there, just to get you on the same wavelength, is Meerschaert's. That's where they're both starting. As soon as they step out from that space, they're going to start occupying more of the space behind them. They're going to control more of the octagon. So at the moment, it's 50-50, very, very even. Let me just clear all the junk. Okay. Now, as this plays out, what you're going to see is Khamzat is going to circle around in this direction, which is going to then force Meerschaert to go this way. There's a reason he's doing that. One is because Meerschaert's southpaw, and the other is because Khamzat wants to push him up against the fence without circling towards his power kick, this being his power leg. As we saw in War Room, or he thunders that into the midsection, he hurts people with it. So forcing Meerschaert to move in this direction allows Chimaev to stay away from that power leg. Now, as the fight plays out, we're going to see Meerschaert come out to meet him, and they're going to meet in the center. But what's kind of awkward is that there's a lot of space here. Look at all this space here below the line. All this space here that nobody's occupying because they're battling for the front foot. In boxing, it's almost a given that you have to fight for the lead foot. So Chimaev wants to stay on the outside of this foot of Meerschaert. The reason for that is because then you can control the lead hand. And if you're standing in punching range, controlling the lead hand against somebody of an opposite stance is important. So in that case, that's why Chimaev continues moving in this direction to cut him off, because he wants Meerschaert to start moving away from him. So he's going to bounce himself slowly into that range. See how he's cutting it off, and he's going to start circling Meerschaert. And what Meerschaert does is he circles nicely, but he gives a bit of space from that kick, moves away from the kick. The kick was not meant to hit him. It was meant to move him. Moves him out of the way, moves him over that centre line. But look how Khamzat follows him and fills the space that he's leaving behind. Now he's standing where Meerschaert was. Now Meerschaert's over this outside octagon line. And as he moves along, he is forced again. Look at Khamzat. He moves towards this line, cutting him off again. Beautiful work, really nice octagon control. What we're going to see Khamzat do, and this is where he starts by moving this lead foot forward, he's going to go like that, and he's going to cut him right off. And there's the choke point, because he's squeezing him up against the fence there. Let me clear some of this away. I know it's getting a bit junky on the screen. He's going to squeeze him into that choke point there. That's the choke point. And as Meerschaert moves into that, Khamzat's cut him right off, and he's going to then attack him straight through that narrow where he can't get away from it. Moves him. Dun, dun, dun. Choke point. Staying in the choke point. Now all Khamzat needs to do is just get on the outside of his foot, because there's a little bit of a chase going on around the fence here. You can see Meerschaert's covering more distance by the way that he's moving his legs. He's jogging, but he's banging up against the fence here. That's always a bad sign. Whenever you see someone scuff their foot up against the fence there, it's a feeling of pressure. It's a lack of understanding of the judgment of the space because of the pressure that you're under. But then he starts to slow, and that's where Khamzat overtakes him. He slows and he plants his foot, and then look how he treads on his lead foot. He's right there. Bang. And he comes inside his guard. Really nice. Jog. Cuts him on the inside. Bang. Straight on the inside of his guard. And look, and you can see the momentum of his punch, because as he hits, his back foot steps across to keep him in that wedge up against the fence. He's trapped in that choke point now. Watch how it comes inside his guard. Bang. Love it. A very, very exciting prospect. I mean, what do you do with him? Who do you give him? I feel like matching him up against Damian Maia now, it could work out as being a step too far. It could work out as being very cruel to Damian Maia. It could go one or two ways, and I honestly don't know which way it should go. I would like to see him fight a younger, fresher face. Someone that, someone decently high in the rankings, like a Ponzinibbio or a Vicente Luque. I mean, Mike Perry would be a good one. Why not? Well, the trash talking would be horrendous.